That's scary. I'm so scared right now.
I feel okay.
I'm so scared.
Well, hopefully this podcast will make you less scared.
No.
Probably more scared. We're going to talk about some scary stuff today.
Hi, welcome to the Yeah Maybe podcast. We are the #1 horror podcast in the world.
We could be.
Should we start doing horror?
Do we not?
I think our audience would transition well from what we usually do to horror.
Yeah, leave it in the comments below if you like horror.
Leave it in the comments below if you're already scared.
You'll be there.
Well, I'm scared right now, but I don't know if I'll be scared when I'm watching.
Boo.
Can you do something scary?
I just did, but I'll do something else.
Yeah, I'll definitely be commenting that I'm scared then.
Yeah, I'm scared.
My name is the Hulk, and this is Tiffany.
I love the name Tiffany.
Really?
Yep.
I like when people shorten it to Tiffy.
Tiffy. I thought you were going to say Tiff.
No, I like Tiffy.
Okay.
It's like Tuffy.
Yeah, but Tiffy.
Yeah, but Tiffy. I go by the Hulk.
The Hulk?
Yeah.
Not Hulk?
No.
Got it. Well, I want to be the Tiffany.
Because I feel like if I go by Hulk, people will be like, oh, that's Hulk Hogan.
You know
I
what?
want to be the Hulk.
I didn't think that for a second.
I did. A lot.
A lot?
A lot.
Well, we appreciate everybody being here for episode 39.
Yep. Next week will be 40.
The big 40. That's the top of the hill.
Really?
I think 40 is like over the hill or just at the top.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were making that up.
No, it's definitely a thing.
Sick.
Luckily, we don't share microphones. Well, we have a lot to talk about.
We do?
Yes, I've come up with a series of questions for Leigh and myself. She has no idea what they are yet.
Isn't that thrilling?
Yeah.
It's so crazy when people
exciting.
don't know stuff.
Yeah, I think it's exciting to not know stuff.
So me and the viewers and listeners have no idea what the
There's only
questions
one
are.
person who knows.
Your name is Tiffy.
Right, Tiffy knows. But before we get into those questions, we have some things to talk about. Some serious matters about the podcast.
Serious manners. Like the video before you leave us and subscribe to our channel if you're not. We got 25% of people watching the pod that aren't subscribed.
It's unbelievable.
James loves stats and he loves
I don't love that one.
less than 25% unsubscribed stats.
I like 0% unsubscribed.
Yeah, so get your friends to subscribe and stuff.
Also, I know somebody's listening to this and they probably look it up every week and they just don't subscribe.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. Save yourself the effort.
So what do you think having subscribers does for us?
Changes us.
Changes us.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Yeah,
Changes us.
we both can say changes.
Just a heads up. It's been really hot recently in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably been hot in a lot of places around the U.S., but it's also been hot in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And the studio gets a little warm.
That's correct.
And we can't have the AC on when we're filming because it's too loud. And it's kind of not enough to keep this cool enough. So
Yeah, so it's already kind of hot
yeah.
right now, and we have an hour no AC coming up here. Are you scared? Because I'm still scared.
I'm not scared, but it's a little breezy outside, which is nice.
It is a little breezy outside. The humidity seems a little bit down, which is cool. I likey it cooly.
Coolio?
It just cooly, like Tiffy. Let's do peaks and pits.
Let's get into peaks and pits. Who's going to go first?
You.
Me? Okay. I got a lot to say.
I want you to be well-spoken during this.
I will be so well-spoken that the integrity of which the words I have said are... What are you doing?
Adding a peak.
Oh, nice. I saw what it was. Are going to wow and amaze the audience before us.
Animes?
And amaze.
Animes.
No, that's not on here.
James has been watching a lot of animes.
Have I?
Mm-hmm.
Which ones?
All the good ones.
Thanks. Okay.
Great taste.
First pit. You're never going to believe this, Leigh.
It's hot.
It's hot, hot, hot.
Didn't see that one coming.
Oh, you could have if you looked.
I was writing mine thinking, James is going to say it's hot as
100%.
his pit.
100% I was going to say it's hot.
Is it that bad, though?
Is anything that bad?
Some things are that bad.
Right. The heat, though, it is pretty bad because there are 3 of us that live in the house, and now I'm sweating through 2 to 3 shirts a day, and we're all, I think, getting a little dirtier because of the sweat. So what does that cause, Leigh?
Laundry. James is used to Allie and I never doing laundry and him only doing laundry.
They think I do laundry all the time.
You do.
Also, my clothes are bigger.
I don't care about that.
But it matters.
I have a more variety.
Yeah, of
I'm
smaller
wearing more
clothes.
clothes at a time.
Are you?
Uh-huh.
But it's very hot out, and I sweat a lot.
Yeah.
Which is good and bad.
We did have a theory that James kind of stopped sweating, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't humid, but it was hot earlier this spring and summer. And he was like, I'm not sweating. I think my hormones changed. They didn't.
But maybe they did.
Maybe they did, but not that much.
No, I'm still really, really sweaty.
We went on a walk the other night. He was actually had dipped his upper body into a pool.
My back sweats a lot.
All the way.
Yeah.
Sweats all the way.
I also like thick shirts, so that's my bad. My other pit was Gus has been unhinged. He was really, really bad for like 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
Just crying a bunch.
Who's Gus?
Gus is my dog.
How old is he?
Good question. I'm going to go with 1.5.
How big is he?
He's 90 to 90 plus pounds. Yeah, he was having a hard go the last couple days. Just really crying. Didn't want to be in his crate, but also didn't want to just be out of his crate. Didn't really want to go outside. Didn't want to be good inside. Just crying, too excited. Wasn't being tired even after several walks. I think he just was having a bad go.
One of the days at least he had a tummy ache in the morning.
For sure. The last day he had a tummy ache.
He had a tummy ache. You could hear his little tummy going. And then he had a weird poop. I think he felt better after that. He downed some grass. Didn't throw it up. And I think that just went through his system and made him feel yucky. Came out. But other than that, I don't know why. He gets like a long walk or run or dog park morning and then a walk again at night and like a play in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So
the day he was unhinged the most, he got all of the walking.
Yeah, he had a big day that day. Maybe he was cranky because he was really tired.
Could have been.
And then there's the thing of you've never seen Gus sleep.
He doesn't sleep in front of me very often.
Do you think he's scared?
I think he's just wired.
Yeah.
Just up.
Leave a comment down below if you've never seen your pet sleep.
I bet there's someone out there.
I won't be commenting.
Doty's asleep behind us right now. But he's been better now. The day after his tummy ache, he was way better. I mean, it was also just a large contrast, but just I think he was tired after a 3-day binge of unruliness. Now, Peaks. I had a really good burger last night. It was from the Rind.
What's the Rind?
It's a cheese and wine and charcuterie board place.
Sandwiches.
Yeah, they have sandwiches too. But it was like a raclette burger, and it was really yummy.
Did your friend Chris make it for you?
My friend Chrissy Wissy made it.
Chrissy Wissy.
It was very good. I was talking smack about him the whole time. He likes that. The next thing I put, this is going to sound just a little weird. We know somebody with a pool.
Yeah.
So we know Tyler.
Yeah.
He has a pool.
Yeah.
So guess what?
His parents have a pool.
Correct. So guess what?
We're going to go to the pool.
We get to swim in it. Do you know what?
You know what's fun? I've been swimming in it for years every summer. James hasn't been able to because he's always working. What, have you been there like once or twice?
2 or 3.
Nice. That's cool. James gets to go way more this summer.
Yeah. I also had a thought. I might get this out of the podcast.
God, I love thoughts.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so excited.
I thought about this on the way over here.
No, wait, I'm scared.
You know who I think would get along? And then my last peak is the AC in the Prius. Rips. Even when it's 100 out. It's like an ice box in there.
Yeah, it works really well.
It works really well. So anytime we need to actually cool off, like I drove it to the studio instead of walking or scootering, and I was able to actually cool off because it's cooler than the house and the studio. So it's like a nice little refresh.
I miss my tinted windows for this time of year. This is when I'm like, oh, cool. I'm glad I have tinted windows.
Yeah.
Other times I'm like, what am I doing?
Do you get sprinkles on your ice cream?
Only if I go to one of the soft serve places, I'll get the rainbow sprinkles.
They had rainbow sprinkles where I went.
And there's definitely different qualities of rainbow sprinkles. Kings Island rainbow sprinkles, really good.
Leave it in the comments below. Sprinkles or no sprinkles? Swirl or no swirl?
No swirl for me. But I will get a swirl. I won't be upset. But I'll choose vanilla every time.
I like a swirl.
Vanilla and rainbow sprinkles. But part of the sprinkles is like, I think it's really cute, so it's more fun to eat.
Right. It looks appealing.
Yeah. Some sprinkles, like when they just like disintegrate.
Yeah.
No.
What about those ones that are like rocks? You ever have those?
Yeah, I don't like those either. There's a delicate balance there. And some of them are just like literal powdered sugar and they're like... And then some of them are colored rocks, like that you put at the bottom of a fish tank. And then the good ones are like little slightly crunchy rainbow snacks. We
should try the place that I went to yesterday.
Okay.
I
hear that the sizes are outrageous.
Yeah. Do you want me to say more about that?
I don't care.
All right.
I've heard it before. Okay. My pits. I have 2 pits this week. Are you ready for that?
Hold on. Yeah.
Okay. So an artist from Cincinnati visited my studio. He messaged me and he was like, hey, do you do studio visits? And I was like, I never have, but I can. I saw his art at a coffee shop in Northside where we live. And I loved it. And we've kind of like interacted since. And I was like, I can do a studio visit. I'm chill.
I'm chill.
I'm not chill. So he was messaging me on Instagram. He was like, hey, I'm going to walk my dog for like 5 or 10 minutes and then I'll be there. And I was like, cool. I was just waiting in my studio. Had my phone in my hand, open on the messages, I guess. I start FaceTiming him through Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even, like, the sound is different from FaceTime. So I was like, what is that sound? Is someone calling me? I look at my phone. He's already answered the call. I've never met him. And he was like, hey, did you mean to do that? And I said, no. And then I said, I don't even know how this works. And neither did he. So we were just kind of stuck on the phone call for a little too long. He thought it was funny. I also thought it was funny. But I also wish I hadn't have done it. I did end up being able to end the phone call before it was too late.
Nice. Before it was too late. What does that mean?
You wouldn't get it.
No, I wouldn't.
My second pit is James and I went to the thrift store like 2 days ago. I wanted to get a dog bowl to put outside of my house so doggies can drink water as they walk by, but I found a salt lamp. I've been wanting a salt lamp for my studio. I love salt lamps. Good vibes. I turned it on last night. Color changing LED light in it. Red, green. There's another color, blue.
Maybe.
Just changes randomly. Doesn't even light the whole rock. And the whole point of having a salt lamp is that the light bulb makes it hot and then it can like release negative ions or whatever. LED lights aren't going to make it hot.
Nope.
And also color changing inside of a salt lamp. When did that go together?
That's such a weird combination.
So I thought it would look really cool on James's PC setup, but he doesn't seem interested. People love color changing lights for PC setups, no?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's broken because also the way it lights up is like red, fade nothing, red.
Yeah, it goes red twice.
Blue.
And sometimes it just holds red.
Yeah.
And then it's like, now we're green.
I think it's broken.
It does light up half the rock.
Also, that's why I was at never mind. It was at St. Vincent de Paul.
Right.
Can I also just say we saw something that we saw for the first time ever? We went to like bins for like.
We went to bins.
Thrifting.
Never
bins.
seen them.
No, that you thrift out of. So they're just bins full of stuff.
So it's like an extra building next to the thrift store
They called it an outlet.
Yeah, and they just roll out bins of stuff and you dig through it.
But there's rules.
There's rules.
Which I'm sure cool kids already know these rules. But
I didn't know the rules.
Leigh definitely. So when you started looking through it, I was like,
Why didn't you say anything?
I was like, I don't think she's supposed to look through that. Because I didn't know for sure. Because they were all waiting. And I'm like, well, you're looking in the row that they're looking in.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
It was like 30 feet away from them.
So you can't touch the row that just came out until the guy working there says, all right, go.
Yeah, so I got yelled at. Some lady did tell me, and James was just on the sidelines watching me suffer.
I didn't know for sure.
It's like we were never friends before.
What part? Wait, why?
Because you just let me get in trouble.
I didn't let you.
You did.
No.
You stood there, did nothing.
That's not true. I watched. But
unbelievable.
We saw these cool kids waiting, and we didn't really know why at first. But then it made sense because they wanted to get the cool clothes first.
People just dig up stuff.
They like just ran and picked like certain fabrics or like colors, and then
I'm sure you like get resell. A sense for what you're looking for.
Yeah,
but I mean it was like $1.50 per pound of clothes or something.
$1.09 per pound.
Yeah,
$1.09.
$1.
That's wild.
I do think you can find good stuff, and I'm assuming whatever's left over is put in the thrift store.
Yeah.
So that's just like a way of sorting stuff out without having the employee sort it out.
Yeah.
So that makes sense why sometimes you can't find good stuff at the thrift store because it's kind of already picked over.
Yeah.
So I would be interested in going again, but I'm also terrified of the people. They are like have crazy
vibes.
Yeah, it's like they're like starving.
Like Black Friday vibes.
They're starving and someone was like, go ahead and eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like
I would like to go.
Yeah, I want to go with Sierra or something.
Yeah.
I think she could lead us. She has fire.
She has all fire signs.
Yeah.
She's intense.
Cool. You want to get into my peaks or are you still talking about this?
You go ahead.
Okay, great. My mom was here this week and I was like, Mom, you want to come over and help me plant some pots in front of my house? And she was like, yeah, let's do that. So we went and got some plants for my pots and like a couple plants to plant in my yard. She pulled like one weed in my yard, wouldn't stop for 8 hours. The day was really nice and we planted a bunch of plants and did a little bit of landscaping. We worked pretty hard. Like we had to dig up the dirt and pull weeds out of it because all of our yard is just weeds we mow. But it turned out really, really cute. I loved it. My mom loves it. James wasn't as enthused as I thought he was going to be.
I was more like you guys were doing something, so I was going to just let you guys do that something.
My mom keeps asking me, what does James think of the landscaping? And she's like, what did Allie say? Allie was enthused. Allie was really excited. You were kind of like, well, okay. Nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I want you to be like psyched so I can tell my mom. James loves it.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I like it a lot.
There we go. You hear that, Mom?
We have a hydrangea.
Got him.
We have lavender. We have... Do I know any of the other ones?
Mm-hmm.
We have knockout roses.
Nice.
I think that's all I'm gonna know. That might be all you know.
I just taught you the one in the pot near the front.
What's it start with?
B. All right.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And my other peak is that I started Kingdom Hearts 3. I can't believe it's related to the other two games.
Yep.
It's like the storyline is really good so far. I understand what's going on. It teaches me really well. The graphics are really good. It's good.
Yeah, it's shocking that they got to number 3 after number 2.
Like, I really like Kingdom Hearts 1. Did I really like Kingdom Hearts 2? I don't know if I could say that.
Maybe the first third of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it at the beginning. I really like Roxas's character. And then they were like, Organization 13 takes over. Which, if you've never played, it's as confusing as that sounds.
Yeah, even if you have played, you won't know what's going on.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what this game does. It's like almost Kingdom Hearts 2 was a filler, but also wanted to inform you about way too much at once, and then the game ended. Then there were some games in between there that I don't really know what's going on. So some parts of Kingdom Hearts 3 is confusing, but not too confusing.
Still easy.
Yeah.
Also just easy to look at.
Yeah. It's like a totally different game.
But what? One came out in, I think we said it was like 12 years later.
Yeah.
I think it's 12 years later from 2 to 3.
Yeah.
So like technology got better.
And 1 and 2 look almost the same and came out kind of close together.
Correct. And
which I don't know how they did that.
But they barely changed anything.
Yeah, they barely changed anything. But Kingdom Hearts 2 was pretty long.
I wouldn't even be surprised if in Kingdom Hearts 2, certain worlds are the same, just with different colors and textures and like a couple of different things added or like flipped.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they reused a bunch of stuff.
Heard that.
So now we are going to talk about the Van Gogh experience. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, depending on if it's been in your town or not. There's an immersive Van Gogh experience dictating and detailing the life of Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah.
With immersive qualities and properties.
That's correct.
Think I did it justice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to say the things they did well first.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's different depending on where you're at, but this is the one where we're at. You know?
Yeah.
So, Leigh, what's something they did well?
Come
on, you got it.
My favorite parts of the
let's do that.
exhibit were there was like this big 3D, I don't know, it was a sculpture, maybe like paper mache, like big thing of his head, and they were projecting his art on it and like his paintings, his self-portraits. I thought that was really cool. It was right when you walked in. And then there was another one that was like a big paper mache vase, and they would project his vase paintings with flowers in it. Those are my favorite parts.
Do you like the part where we get to color?
I liked the part we get to color, but that's just because I like to color.
Right. There's a part where you get to color, and like some of the papers have half of it already done, so you get to like finish it yourself. And then they had blank ones, which we opted for.
Yeah.
Is that the only things we liked?
Well, what did you like?
I liked the information. It was pretty good. Yep. That's it.
You didn't like the VR thing you did?
It was fine.
I didn't do that part.
I'll explain. Okay. So
I liked going with your mom.
Yeah.
I
liked
also
going.
liked going.
Correct.
Yeah.
It was fun to go to. Do I need to go again? No.
I like learning, I like art, and I like going.
Mm-hmm. Could I have single-handedly done a better job? Probably, maybe a little.
I don't think I could have set up as much as them.
Some of the big problems, let's just start with when you're walking in, and we'll work our way through this. I was going to start with the canvases.
Okay.
Throughout the whole exhibit, you almost see no clear art, as in the quality is all blurry.
Okay. So you walk in, there's just canvases on the wall. I'm assuming that they stretch these canvases to be the size that the paintings actually are. But what they chose to do is project the painting onto the canvases, which...
Those weren't projected.
Yeah, they were.
No. I touched one.
You did?
Yeah.
It wasn't projected?
No, they're on it.
Okay.
It's like
even
IKEA
worse
stuff.
They were weirdly cropped, blurry.
Mm-hmm.
The only clear reproductions of his work I saw were there were like huge 6-foot info cards with little pictures printed on the info.
Mm-hmm.
Like where there's just like a bunch of text you have to read. Clearest images I saw.
Yeah, I think you're thinking they were projected because they had a light on them.
They did.
They had their own spotlights, but they were like IKEA.
They looked like they were projected on there.
That's how blurry they were.
That's how bad they were.
Yes. And you could see it on the edge of it when it was stretched. It's on the edges too.
Nice.
Yeah. Me and Leigh were talking about it. They would have been better off with just like a really high quality vinyl print on the wall, because you just couldn't see anything very well. Mm-hmm. The info was good though.
The info was good. The whole first half of the experience was like you walk in, you start reading.
Mm-hmm.
you read the whole time.
It's a lot of reading.
It's like I could have opened a Van Gogh book and just read the first chapter or like the synopsis, or looked at his Wikipedia page and learned what I learned there. Like it was broken up into sections like Wikipedia is too.
Yeah.
I do feel like I learned, and I got to learn like in a cool space that was like more exciting than looking at Wikipedia, you know?
They also decided to only show famous paintings.
Yeah.
He had over 900 paintings throughout his life.
10,000 drawings.
I thought it was 1,100.
I don't know.
I thought it was like 1,100 sketches and 900 paintings.
I don't know.
But either way, they showed 20 to 30 of them.
Yeah, they
maybe.
Only showed the famous ones, but they also were flaunting that he made so much work in his career.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to see the stuff you don't usually see, because like I'm trying to immerse myself in Van Gogh's life, and they're like, well, his life was only what brought him fame after he died.
Yeah. They also were like, why even tell me he made so many sketches and then show me 10 of them?
Yeah.
I like to see like in certain art museums where you see the sketches.
I love seeing sketches.
And unfinished work and stuff like that. Like, I think it'd be interesting, how many unfinished works does he have?
Right.
Or did he finish all of them?
Yeah, and that's why I kind of felt like it was just general knowledge that we were reading.
They didn't dig deeper.
They didn't answer any of like the questions I might not have thought of asking. It was just kind of like, he had a family, he had a brother, sister-in-law, some sisters, and then he had a studio. Oh, he went a little crazy.
Then the actual immersive room is a big room, 4 walls, like your typical room.
Right.
14 projectors. We counted them. And I don't know. It felt rude to Van Gogh.
It did.
They like animated a bunch of the paintings to move around and swirl around constantly.
So we went through the whole, like, we read a bunch about him. We looked at his famous paintings. We go into this projection room. People are just sitting all over the floor. It's well lit in there, but they're also projecting. 1, you couldn't really see the projections very well. 2, the editing was really weird.
Like PowerPoint.
It seemed almost like a school project, like a final.
Yeah.
Like,
if it was a final, they're not getting an A.
I kept watching it and thinking, I would hate if my life was shown like this.
Yeah, I would too.
It was just like trying to share the story that we already learned, but kind of more visually. And then there's one point in his life where he goes to an insane asylum because he was having, manic episodes. And they showed it so weird.
Yeah.
Like there was flames and there was like fake windows and the flames were coming through the windows and his paintings were like showing through the windows at like a crazy speed.
Yeah.
That was the part where I was like, this is bad.
Bad music.
The music was unfortunate. That was definitely my least favorite part.
Yeah.
And also the most desirable part for most people to see.
There was a point where they had black text over dark blue background to the point where you couldn't read it. And I asked Leigh, I'm like, did the person who made this actually watch this?
So we had many problems with this.
It was insane. And also, there's just parts, like the petals everywhere. For some reason, they thought something always had to constantly be moving over the
sparkling
art. Yeah.
But that's kind of like the point of projecting and making it immersive. It's like it's alive. But I did enjoy going. I don't want to talk people out of going.
I would go.
But it also seems like a business team came up with this idea and they were like, how do we make money on this artist's life?
Yeah. I feel bad if it is actually artists behind it, but that's just what it feels like. It
seems like a business guy hiring a few artists to help them put together this thing that travels. Like, I don't feel like a lot of artists would be able to afford or want to like share the story like that.
It would just be hard to believe that it's curated by an artist.
Yeah.
It's just hard to believe.
I did learn a lot about Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah.
I was kind of sad that he's portrayed as such like a starving artist, and he was like, he sold 1 painting in his actual lifetime, but like he could afford a studio with people and had friends and a brother, and like it's always like some it's a sob story for him.
Yeah.
And he has mental illness, and they're just like, oh, poor Vincent.
Yeah, we Googled why he became famous, and that's pretty much it. People,
was just
like the starving artist, people like that idea, which is wild.
Yeah. I mean, people even say that to me still.
I know. It's like people romanticize it, which is interesting. I get it.
Yeah.
Like Leigh said, people like an underdog, but it's just crazy to think. So if you're well off and make art, are people less likely to like it?
I don't know.
Like, you shouldn't have to struggle to make art.
Yeah.
I understand why, but I don't know.
I understand
people like it.
People seeing his art and being like, wow, this is so ahead of its time. This is super cool. I can't believe he was making this and no one appreciated it. Like, that's a cool thought. But it's always like, people are like, he cut off his ear and then he went crazy.
Also, from a non-artist point of view, I feel like they try to portray it to where he actually sees the world like spinning around and like can't see clear, versus like translating it from what he sees to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like his interpretation.
I think he sees leaves how I see leaves and then interprets it a different way. But I feel like the way that they always portray it is like everything looks funny and like blurry and has feelings.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
There was a stairwell in the event that they painted like Starry Night, which I thought was kind of cute. Mm-hmm. It didn't match the vibe of the whole exhibit. No. But I did think it was cute.
It would have took a lot of work.
Yeah. Like they painted the railings, the stairs, the walls.
Everything.
And then as you're exiting, they redid some of his self-portraits as you're walking. I thought that was cool. And then like the gift shop was where I was like, business people made this.
Yeah.
It was just like products they want people to buy.
One of the interesting facts, I guess it's not an interesting fact, it's just the timing. A lot of people are always surprised how recent he was. And like if he had lived past, well, how old was he? Like 31 or something? I can't
36?
remember. Something. Like if he had lived for a long time, he would have been alive very
like 1920s,
recently.
1930s.
Yeah. Because at one point when he went to the asylum, our house was built.
Yeah.
So somebody was probably moving into the house we built when he was in the asylum.
I mean, our house is old.
Very old.
But, yeah.
It's still weird to think somebody was moving into our house and on the other side of the world, Van Gogh was making art.
Right. And then, like, let me look up when Impressionism was, like, at its highest.
What is Impressionism?
Impressionism is a 19th century art movement characterized by relatively small, thin, yet visible brushstrokes, open composition, emphasis on accurate depiction of light, and a changing quality. Often accentuating the effects of the passage of time, ordinary subject matter, unusual visual angles. Okay, I just want to know, like, when it was at its height. Okay, Impressionist painting comprised the works produced between about 1867 and 1886. Like, he was in that. And they're like, he was before his time. Like, isn't he an Impressionist?
Yeah, he was late. That was, like, exactly his time.
Van Gogh, is he an Impressionist?
Leave it in the comments below.
Sorry, I really should know this stuff.
Leigh said she was surprised how much she knew.
Yeah, it's just like things you kind of learn in art school. Despite borrowing the key principles of the Impressionist style, his intense paintings are too distinctive to belong to the Impressionist movement, says this website.
So they're like too clear.
As a result, Van Gogh is regarded principally as a post-Impressionist painter.
I mean, technically he was, just based off of time.
Yeah. So I feel like he's within his time. I mean, his were a little crazier than the initial Impressionists. Like Monet is like very soft and beautiful.
Blurry.
Yeah, blurry. It's just weird that he never sold any work. I just can't get my head into the mindset of like what I thought art should look like at that time.
So even if he never sold it, they said often, like, there were so many times he bartered.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is that? I understand that's not just painting for cash, but painting for rent is
that's
payment.
Like
money. Yeah.
And then Gauguin found him in a cafe because his paintings were hanging there. So, like, was he just hanging them there to exhibit them, or did the cafe,
I think it,
like, do a tradesies?
I think it just might be like the whole romantic aspect of, oh, nobody knew him.
Like,
I'm not saying people knew him,
yeah.
but like, one, not two.
And then like he was able to get a studio in the like beautiful areas of France.
Yeah. And also you're making art every 36 hours.
They didn't say he like had done any other job. He tried to become a priest because his dad was one, and then he didn't. And that's all they really said. Like they were never like he worked somewhere else.
Leave it in the comments below if you know what's going on.
Yeah,
with
maybe
that.
his brother funded him or something.
I don't know.
But they didn't say that. I feel like I should have learned that.
All right, Leigh, I have some questions for you.
Oh my gosh, I've been dying to get over this Van Gogh thing so we can get to these killer questions. Leave a comment down below if you have any killer questions.
They're all art related.
It's a horror podcast.
They're all art.
Killer questions.
Yeah, well, this one's going to really slay you. Leigh.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist?
I hate this question.
Why? So you don't have a favorite artist?
I like John Singer Sargent.
Are you ready for the next one? They're all art related. Favorite art museum?
You answer it.
The one in Chicago. Have you been to a better one than that one?
The Smithsonian?
I don't remember it.
It has my favorite John Singer Sargent painting in it.
I do remember that. You've actually told me that, and we've been.
And the lady's like lounging.
Yes, I remember that now. Crazy.
And it has gardens in it.
Crazy how your brain literally can't remember, then somebody says, dop, blop, blop, and you're like, bing, it's there. I've had it this whole time. Form of art I wish I was better at. I'm not very good at any art.
This is like a Q&A video for me.
Here, ask me the questions. They're all right there. There's some spelling issues because I don't care.
Are you going to answer that question?
I think it'd be really cool just to be able to draw kind of cool with a pencil. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I can't even doodle well. But if I could just doodle, that'd be kind of fun.
You want to doodle?
Just if somebody's like, hey, can you draw this? I'd be like, got it.
And what style would that be in? Like cartoony or?
Yeah, but not like cartoons. Just animated. Does that make any sense?
No. Art you think you do the best in?
I think what I do best is singing art.
I guess that's up to you to decide.
I'm going to say singing, but I'm going to choose a more physical medium for my real answer.
Your phone weighs 600 pounds.
It's a big phone.
Anyone know what kind of iPad this is?
It's not an iPad.
Yeah, right.
I guess, unfortunately, the only art I do is doodling.
Building?
Is that art? Sculptures, but not clay. Wood sculptures, also known as tables. That's what I'm best at.
I also think singing is included in the arts.
Perfect. Singing. Final answer.
Favorite and least favorite type of art?
My least favorite, I do not like contemporary art.
All contemporary art?
Almost, yeah. I think I like pop art, whatever that is.
Am I not doing contemporary art?
Do I mean modern?
Maybe.
I don't know. Whatever's in the Contemporary Art Museum, I don't really like it that much.
I'm definitely a painter.
I'd rather go to
I
the
like
traditional
paintings and drawings
art museum.
And like sculptures, but not like
this block next to this half circle.
Yeah, I'm more into the beauty of it than the meaning of it.
Yeah. I always have to read the card and I'm like, oh, that's what they're going after. And I just like to look at pretty art. It doesn't have to mean much of anything. I don't know how you art people feel about that.
All the people at art school didn't like me for that.
Yeah, I think... Oh, I was going to say something mean.
Uh-oh.
I don't think it's silly. It's just not for me when people are like, it's supposed to provoke this. And I'm like, I just like pretty. And it can be pretty and sad. Like if it's a really dark scene and like somebody's crying, I'm like, yeah, that's sad, but also still pretty.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a trick sometimes. Like, what's this triangle next to this square mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think when people are authentic about it, I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same as movies. Like if they want to provoke a feeling in you and it's like a story, it works for me. But there's some art that just doesn't hit for me.
Yeah.
That is intended to hit a certain way.
Like I'm saying triangle and like circle and square because I remember reading one and I was like, how was I supposed to get that? And I don't feel it afterwards either. But that's just me.
I just don't think I get it. I think that's more of a me thing. Pet peeves when it comes to art.
Pet peeves. I really, really didn't like how expensive Van Gogh's painting sold for.
Yeah.
It seems beyond unreasonable and terrible for everyone, in my opinion.
So he sold some
anywhere
for like $80 million.
There's like an $80 million one.
I mean, he didn't sell it,
right,
but
$72 million one. And I get why they're very expensive.
Yeah.
Do you know what you can do with all that money? You can help so many people.
Yeah.
But now you just have one painting.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then so who gets the money?
That's what I'm wondering. Who
like
gets the money?
Auction place plus whoever is putting it up for auction.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of not fun to think about art.
I think it's cool when people have purchased the paintings and then they donate them. Like that makes sense to me.
Yeah, but then it's almost like, ooh, that's interesting then. Would you be better off just donating the money then?
Right.
Because the people you're giving the money to,
they're not going to sell it.
They did it. They got what they wanted. I don't know. I just didn't like how expensive it was. It gave me a bad taste.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about it.
She did.
Huh? Oh, that's fine. It's hot in here, folks. Oh, my favorite artist. I didn't get to say. Monet. I like flowers and fields and the colors.
He does like lily pads and like and stuff.
And like those bridges and like there's like pinks and blues and greens. I like that. I know what my favorite type of art is. It's those crazy marble statues that are unreal that humans make them.
I can't believe this.
It's unbelievable. We tried to watch a video and then it was like they make a small one, then they make a big one. And that's it. And I'm like, but how do they... I want to know how they use a reference to get like the fabrics and stuff right and like the hands and fingers and like what are they looking at?
I know people have used models to do them.
Yeah.
But some people just don't. That's not a skill I have or can understand.
No. It's unbelievable.
Like, what is it called? Like additive is clay and then subtractive or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is marble or like carving stuff in. I don't understand carving.
I don't either.
Like people do prints, like lino cut prints.
I do understand.
I don't get it.
Wood carving more because I can watch videos on it. Like it's really easy to see.
Because you can like get it out smooth and then they're just like chipping away and then they sand.
Yeah. How do they make fabric out of marble? That blows my mind. But those are usually my favorite things at the art museum. I think because they're so pretty and then also because I cannot understand it. I should get a little marble statue to look at. Man, I love art.
I can't believe the questions I was waiting for were all art questions.
Yeah, because we were talking about art.
Yeah. I should have saw it coming.
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't.
I was surprised that you came up with 10 questions.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. Also, all of these questions, I don't know the answer for you.
Really?
Really? Do you want me to ask you scary questions then?
Yeah, I want this to be a horror podcast.
Oh, ooh, Van Gogh's scary.
Literally, they gave us that vibe at the thing.
Okay. Would you... Okay, scary question. Have I asked what's the most scared you've ever been in your life? I can think of one of the times. I think
you have asked me that because you've said when you've been the most scared.
When was I the most scared?
When you had sleep paralysis.
Oh, that's correct. Good job. I forget sometimes.
That was like a quiz.
Yeah.
And I aced it.
Can I guess one for you?
Sure.
I would guess when you were in Japan and almost got abducted.
Yeah, I would also guess that.
Yeah. That would probably be the scariest.
That was the scariest.
Nailed it. We're 1 for 1.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been like in an actual situation outside of a dream.
Like I could die.
Where I've been that scared.
I'm getting abducted and killed.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think is... I think this is fine. What do you think is silly that some people are afraid of?
Spiders?
Spiders?
Most spiders, unless you're in Australia.
Yeah.
Or the rainforest.
Mm-hmm.
Spiders are pretty low-key.
Yeah.
I'm much more scared of mosquitoes and ticks.
Ooh, ticks.
Myself, personally.
Ticks are scarier, for
Ticks
sure.
and mosquitoes
Lyme
are
disease?
carrying actual diseases that I can't get rid of. Spiders are just making little webs and eating other bugs I hate. Don't get me wrong.
Mosquitoes.
I think like a wolf spider is pretty frightening.
One like this? Like a big one?
But how many times do I see one of those?
Or a tarantula? Would you hold one?
Yeah.
Wow, you're crazy.
Okay. James is scared of wasps.
Yeah. I don't want to get stung.
I don't like them, but there was one year where we had those mega wasps. You remember that?
The hornets.
Yeah, I was living in that carriage house apartment, and I'd come down and there'd be dead ones all over the driveway, like big, like finger-sized hornet things. Those frighten me.
Yeah, apparently if you get stung by a hornet, it'll mess you up.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, I think it starts to dissolve your skin.
I'm getting scared.
I think it's like a crater.
Really? Like a welt?
No.
Like a hole?
Yeah, let me double check.
Huh.
I won't show you the picture.
Even if you're lying, I am scared, and I'm feeling like this is on brand for our horror podcast called Yeah, Maybe.
Yeah, spooky.
This is just a teaser episode for our next Halloween.
It's coming up.
Ep. What are you going to dress up as? Mr. Mime?
Probably a Tamagotchi.
Jinx?
We didn't say the same thing.
I was asking if you're going to dress up as the Pokemon.
Looks like if you get stung by one, it kills you, so be afraid.
It can't be the same thing that was here.
I don't know. Let me ask you another frightening question, Leigh. Would you rather... Do I have to cut that out of this?
Yeah.
Aw. Do you want me to give you a different one?
Sure.
Ooh. What do you think's the scariest animal?
You literally asked me this in the Halloween podcast.
Well, what was it?
I don't know what I said.
See? I don't know what you said.
I don't think I answered.
I don't know what I would say. I think I know what I want to say.
I think I probably said hippo.
Ooh, that's a good one. Mine's close to a hippo. I'm thinking crocodile.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in the water and I see like crocodile,
they swim fast.
I'm upset. I'd rather run into a shark than a crocodile. I can't tell you why though. Crocodiles and hippos it is.
I see more videos of people swimming with sharks and like being able to control them. Not that I could.
Yeah.
But I don't see people swimming with crocs.
No, that's a great point. You can't. There's very few videos of people just chilling with a crocodile. Mm-mm. There are people swimming with sharks, not in a cage.
Yeah, and like
just swimming.
There'll be guides who can like turn sharks away.
Yeah, the crocodiles not so much.
Plus, like the stats for sharks, I don't know what the stats are for crocodiles, but like they don't hurt people that much.
I think we did it.
Okay.
We have to do a song though.
Okay. My song rec is Gonna Be Alone by Jacob Collier, Lizzie McAlpine, and John Mayer.
John who?
John Mayer.
You know how I feel about John Mayer.
I know. I mean, it doesn't even sound like he's on the song, honestly.
Leave it in the comments below if you can guess how I feel about John Mayer. They might not be able to tell if I like him or not. I don't
know why you feel that way.
I know why I feel that way, but that'll give them the answer. I don't like his voice.
Oh.
La, la.
Cool.
I'm going to go with the song Valentina by Dreamer Isioma. That's Isioma. Isioma.
You listen to it all the time.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I always kind of thought we had similar music tastes, but since you've been picking music, I don't like your songs.
Was it the singers?
I think so.
I think so.
It's just almost the same singer every single time. And like you don't care what the vibe is. You just like want to hear people singing.
I like hearing people sing.
Where I'm more like, what's the vibe? What is the energy I'm getting from this song? And you're like, is she sing pretty?
Yeah, that gives me a vibe. Yeah, we have different vibes.
Also, you can't hear lyrics, and some of the lyrics, I'm like...
Yeah, I don't hear lyrics at all.
What we doing?
Yeah, I don't really hear words when I hear songs.
Leave a comment down below if you hear the words or the music more. But also, you're listening to the singing, so it just doesn't add up. You know?
Yeah, I know. I get that.
Yeah. Where, like, my mom, like, she hears the music and just, like, hears the song. Where you're listening to the singing, but not listening to the words. I'm listening to the words.
Yeah, I can't do both.
Which is why I like a lot of songs that aren't in English. Because then I can just listen to the song.
Yeah, it's hard for me to sing a song that's not in English, though. Because I can't hear not English words.
Yeah, I don't sing them a lot either. Do you hear me singing them? Yeah.
I like to sing, though.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Well, we're not going to ask them to subscribe or like it or comment.
No.
Oh.
It's implied with my bye.
Here, Leigh, can you just give me a second?
No.
Boop. No. Is it still going? Thank you, everybody, for being here. Please be sure to leave a comment down below. Comment your favorite day of the week and what you do on that day. Make sure to like this video. My gosh.
Sorry.
It's warm in here.
Yeah, it's hot.
Be sure to like this video. Be sure to subscribe to this channel because I know 1 in 4 people are not subscribed to this channel. That's the same statistic of people who think we have not been to the moon. So make sure to be on the right team. I don't know which team that puts you on if you subscribe, though. And then also be sure to listen to us on Spotify while you're in your car because you can't watch a YouTube video and drive. And then also listen to us on Apple Podcast just for those numbers.
Okay.
Follow us on Instagram. Yeah, maybe podcast.
Yeah.
And then also hug your best friend. What?
I don't want to hug you.
That's fine.
I have boundaries.
It's because I'm sweaty, huh?
Yeah. I was going to say something, but I forgot.
She's squinting right now.
I feel like it was something about Spotify. I don't know.
We have a 5-star
What was I gonna
review.
say? No.
Follow our music.
Yeah, we have a playlist on Spotify. It's linked in our Instagram bio if you ever want it.
Was that it?
No, it's also in our YouTube bio. I put it there too.
Thank you, Leigh.
I wonder what I was going to say.
I guess we'll have to wait till next week.
Yeah, tune in for episode 40, baby.
We're doing a big over-the-hill party.
What are we going to do, sled?
Get it? Because there's a hill? No, we're going to do it on Mount Storm.
Nice.
We're going to have the podcast up there.
Okay.
As long as it's 70 or below.
Okay.
We could do a podcast outside.
Did you think it'd be kind of windy?
I don't know.
All right. TTYL XOXO.
Do you want to just turn it on so we can wave?
Bye-bye. Not really.
Well, you can just turn it on and then I'll wave. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye, Potties. Bye, Mom. Bye, Leigh's mom. Bye, everybody. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I kicked Leigh off of the show. Leigh, stay over there. You're not invited to the show anymore. Leigh, back up. No, not that. Now it sounds like rain. Bye.